Ladies and gentlemen, imagine this. What if I told you that the biggest obstacles standing between you and your full potential aren't external, but habits you battle every single day? These silent enemies, procrastination, self-doubt, comparison, chip away at your success without you even realizing it. But here's the truth. Your life doesn't change by accident. It changes when you decide to take control. Today we're going to expose 7 destructive habits that are holding you back and, more importantly, how to break free from them. Because if you can master these battles daily, you can unlock a life of greater success, confidence, and fulfillment. So stay with me, because by the end of this, you won't just be inspired, you'll be ready to take action. Habits are the unseen forces shaping our lives. They consist of small, repeated actions we perform daily, often unconsciously, and over time, they define the bigger picture of our existence. The challenge is that some of these habits work against us instead of for us. Today, we will identify 7 destructive habits and explore how to overcome them. Because here's the reality. Life doesn't improve by chance. It improves through change. Transforming our habits might just be the key to unlocking our full potential. Let's start with the first habit. Battling procrastination. Procrastination, the thief of time and enemy of progress. It's that voice whispering, "I'll do it tomorrow." But tomorrow never truly arrives. There's always another delay. Think of procrastination like a credit card. It feels rewarding in the moment, but the bill inevitably comes due. The cost? Missed opportunities, incomplete projects, and unrealized potential. It creates a gap between who we are and who we could be. How do we combat it? Understand that motivation follows action, not the other way around. You don't wait to feel inspired, you act first, and the momentum builds. Start with small steps. If you've been avoiding a big task, break it into manageable pieces. Then commit to completing just one part immediately. Not later, not tomorrow, right now. Time will pass regardless. Why not use it productively? Overcoming negative self-talk. Negative self-talk is the inner critic telling you, you're not good enough, or you can't do it. It's the habit of dwelling on limitations rather than possibilities. Imagine driving through life with the brakes engaged. You might move forward, but never at full speed. Negative self-talk holds you back, restricts your potential, and traps you in self-doubt. To counter this, start with awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts. When you catch yourself engaging in self-criticism, pause and challenge it. Ask, is this really true? What evidence supports this thought? How would I respond if a friend had the same thought? Replace negativity with affirmations. Instead of saying, I can't do it, try, I am learning how to do it. Instead of, I'm not good enough, say, I improve every day. Your mind believes what you repeatedly tell it, so feed it constructive messages. Avoiding comparison. In the era of social media, it's easy to compare our behind-the-scenes struggles to others' highlight reels. We see their success and wonder, why not me? We observe their achievements and feel like we're falling behind. But comparison is the thief of joy. It diminishes happiness and prevents us from appreciating our own progress. Worst of all, it makes us forget that everyone's journey is unique. How do we overcome this? First, acknowledge that each person's path is different. Your chapter 1 might be someone else's chapter 20, and that's perfectly fine. Focus on your own growth rather than someone else's timeline. Celebrate your own wins, no matter how small. Second, use comparison as motivation rather than discouragement. If someone has achieved what you aspire to, ask, what can I learn from them? How did they reach that point? Use their success as inspiration for your own journey rather than a reason for self-doubt. Eliminating excuses. Excuses are the building blocks of failure. They are the justifications we give ourselves for why we can't succeed, change, or improve. But the truth is, for every excuse, there is a way to overcome it. Making excuses is like hitting the snooze button on your potential. It might bring temporary relief, but it delays progress and keeps you from achieving your goals. It locks you into a cycle of mediocrity and unfulfilled dreams. How do we break free from this habit? It starts with accountability. Instead of focusing on why something can't be done, ask how it can be achieved. Instead of saying, I don't have time, reframe it as, how can I make time? Instead of I don't know how, say, how can I learn? Successful people don't rely on excuses. They find solutions. They don't search for ways out. They look for ways forward. And that mindset makes all the difference. So the next time you catch yourself making an excuse, stop and ask yourself, and is this excuse more important than my dreams? The fifth habit you must battle every day is Now I know what you're thinking, but isn't multitasking a good thing? Doesn't it make us more productive? Well, let me tell you, that's a myth. Studies have shown that multitasking actually reduces productivity by up to 40%. You see, when you're multitasking, you're not really doing multiple things at once. You're just switching rapidly between tasks, and each time you switch, there's a cognitive cost. You lose focus, you lose momentum, and you increase the chances of making mistakes. So how do we battle this habit? It's simple. Focus on one thing at a time. Practice single tasking. Give your full attention to the task at hand when you're working, work when you're resting, rest when you're with your family. Be fully present with your family. This might feel uncomfortable at first. We become so used to the constant stimulation of multitasking, but stick with it. You'll find that you're not only more productive, but you're also less stressed and more satisfied with your work. The sixth habit you must battle every day is perfectionism. Now, don't get me wrong, striving for excellence is a good thing, but perfectionism, that's a whole different beast. Perfectionism is the enemy of progress. It's the voice that says, if it's not perfect, it's not worth doing. Perfectionism keeps you stuck. It keeps you from starting because you're afraid it won't be good enough. It keeps you from finishing because there's always one more thing to prove. It keeps you from sharing your work with the world because you're afraid of criticism. So how do we battle this habit? First, embrace the concept of good enough. Understand that done is better than perfect. Second, focus on progress, not perfection. Celebrate small wins along the way. And third, remember that mistakes are opportunities for growth. They're not failures, they're feedback. The seventh and final habit you must battle every day is comfort seeking. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong, WR, with being comfortable. But if you're always seeking comfort, you're never growing because growth happens outside your comfort zone. Comfort seeking keeps you stuck in your current situation. It keeps you from taking risks, from trying new things, from pushing your boundaries. It's the habit of choosing what's easy over what's right. So how do we battle this habit? It starts with embracing discomfort. Make it a habit to do something every day that scares you, even if it's just a little bit. Take on new challenges, learn new skills, put yourself in situations where you might fail. Remember, the comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. All the magic happens outside your comfort zone. That's where you discover what you're truly capable of. Now let's talk about how these habits are interconnected. You see, these habits don't exist in isolation. They feed off each other, creating a cycle of inaction and unfulfillment. Procrastination leads to negative self-talk, which leads to making excuses, which leads to more procrastination. It's a vicious cycle, but here's the good news. Just as these negative habits reinforce each other, positive habits do the same. When you start battling one of these habits, you'll find it becomes easier to battle the others. It's like a domino effect of personal growth. So, how do we start this positive cycle? It begins with awareness. Start paying attention to your thoughts, your actions, your habits. Notice when you're falling into these traps, because awareness is the first step to change. Once you're aware, the next step is to take action. Remember, knowledge isn't power, it's potential power. The real power comes from applying what you know. So don't just recognize these habits, actively work to change them. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but changing habits is hard. It takes time, it takes effort, and you're absolutely right. It is hard. It does take time and effort. But let me ask you this, what's the alternative? Staying stuck in habits that are holding you back, living a life of unfulfilled potential. You see, the pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. Yes, it's hard to change these habits, but it's even harder to look back on your life and wonder, what if? What if you had battled procrastination and actually started that business? What if you had battled negative self-talk and pursued that dream? What if you had battled comfort seeking and taken that leap of faith? Remember, we don't get better by chance. We get better by change. And changing these habits could be the key to unlocking a whole new level of success and fulfillment in your life. Now let's talk about the power of replacing these negative habits with positive ones. You see, it's not enough to just stop doing something negative. You need to replace it with something positive. The nature of oars, a vacuum, and if you don't fill that space with something good, something bad will creep back in. So for each of these habits you're battling, think about what positive habit you can replace it with. Instead of procrastination, develop the habit of taking immediate action instead of negative self-talk. Practice daily affirmations instead of comparison. Focus on gratitude for what you have. These positive habits will not only counteract the negative ones, but they'll also start to create a positive momentum in your life. They'll become the building blocks of your success. But here's the key: consistency. You can't battle these habits once and expect them to disappear. It's a daily fight every day. You need to make the conscious choice to battle these habits and reinforce the positive ones. Think of it like working out. You can't go to the gym once and expect to be in shape for the rest of your life. You need to go consistently. The same applies to battling these habits. It's a daily workout for your mind and your willpower. Now let's address something that often gets overlooked when we talk about habits: the role of your environment. Your environment has a huge impact on your habits. If you're constantly surrounded by negative people, it's going to be much harder to battle negative self-talk. If your workspace is cluttered and disorganized, it's going to be much harder to battle procrastination. So take a look at your environment. Is it supporting your efforts to battle these habits, or is it making it harder? If it's the latter, what changes can you make? Maybe it's decluttering your workspace. Maybe it's spending less time with negative influences. Maybe it's creating a morning routine that sets you up for success. Remember, it's much easier to change your environment than to rely on willpower alone. So create an environment that supports your growth, that makes it easier to battle these habits. Now let's talk about the importance of accountability in this process. It's easy to let ourselves off the hook when we're the only ones who know about our goals. But when we share our intentions with others, when we have someone checking in on our progress, it becomes much harder to fall back into old habits. Find an accountability partner, join a mastermind group, share your goals with friends and family. The more people who know about your intentions to battle these habits, the more support you'll have and the more motivated you'll be to stick to your commitments. Remember, we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. So surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you, who support your growth, people who are also battling these habits and striving for something better. Now let's address the role of self-reflection in this process. It's not enough to just go through the motions of battling these habits. You need to regularly take stock of your progress. What's working? What's not working? Where are you seeing improvement? Where are you still struggling? Make it a habit to reflect on your progress regularly. Maybe it's a weekly review or a monthly check-in. Use this time to celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and to adjust your approach where needed. Remember, the goal isn't perfection. The goal is progress. You're not going to overcome these habits overnight. There will be setbacks. There will be days when you fall back in old patterns, and that's okay. What matters is that you keep getting back up, that you keep trying, that you keep moving forward. Now let's talk about the power of visualization and battling these habits. Your mind is an incredibly powerful tool, and one of the best ways to use it is through visualization. Spend time each day visualizing yourself overcoming these habits. See yourself taking immediate action instead of procrastinating. See yourself speaking kindly to yourself instead of engaging in negative self-talk. See yourself embracing challenges instead of seeking for. This kind of vivid visualization primes your brain for success. It makes you more likely to act in alignment with these positive behaviors when the opportunity arises. Remember, your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between what's vividly imagined and what's real. So the more you visualize success in battling these habits, the more natural it will become. Let's address something that often gets overlooked when we talk about habits: the importance of self-compassion. Battling these habits is hard work. There will be times when you slip up, when you fall back into old patterns. And in those moments, it's easy to be hard on yourself, to engage in negative self-talk, to feel like a failure. But here's the thing, being hard on yourself doesn't help. In fact, it often makes things worse. It can lead to a cycle of negativity that makes it even harder to battle these habits. So practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a good friend. Remember, you're human. You're not going to be perfect. What matters is that you keep trying, that you learn from your mistakes, that you get back up when you fall. Each setback is an opportunity to learn and grow stronger. Now let's talk about the role of purpose in battling these habits. When you have a clear sense of purpose, a compelling why behind your desire to change, it becomes much easier to stay motivated and push through challenges. Take some time to reflect on why you want to battle these habits. What's driving you? What impact will it have on your life? How will it allow you to better serve others? Remember, the strongest motivation comes from a sense of purpose that's bigger than yourself. Let's address the importance of celebrating your progress in your desire to battle these habits. It's easy to always focus on what's next, on what still needs to be improved, but it's crucial to take time to acknowledge and celebrate your achievements, no matter how small. Celebrating your progress does several things. It reinforces positive behavior, it boosts motivation, it reminds you of how far you've come, which can be especially important when you're facing challenges. Remember, the journey of personal growth is just that, a journey. It's not just about the destination, so take time to enjoy the process, to celebrate your wins along the way. Now let's discuss the power of focus in battling these habits. In today's world, there are countless distractions vying for your attention, but if you want to truly overcome these habits, you need to develop the ability to focus. Focus means directing your energy and attention towards what truly matters. It means saying no to things that don't align with your goals. It means being fully present in whatever you're doing, whether it's working, learning, or relaxing. Remember where focus goes, energy flows. By focusing intently on battling these habits, you direct your energy towards improvement and accelerate your progress. Let's talk about the role of patience in this process. Battling these habits takes time. It's not something that happens overnight. It requires patience and persistence. You need to be willing to play the long game. Remember, you're not just trying to change a few behaviors. You're rewiring your brain, creating new neural pathways, establishing new patterns of thought and behavior. This takes time, but if you persist, if you stay patient and keep putting in the work day after day, you will see results. Now let's address the importance of taking action. The desire to battle these habits is wonderful, but it's not enough on its own. You need to couple that desire with action. All the knowledge in the world, all the good intentions, all the positive thinking, none of it matters if you don't take action. Action is what turns your desires into reality. It's what transforms potential into achievement. So don't just think about battling these habits. Don't just talk about battling these habits. Take action. Do something every single day. It moves you closer to overcoming these habits and becoming the person you want to be. Let's talk about the power of your words. Your words are not just sounds coming out of your mouth. They're a reflection of your thoughts, and they have the power to shape your reality. If you want to battle these habits, start by changing your language. Speak positively about your ability to change. Replace I can with. How can I replace? This is too hard with. I'm getting stronger every day. Remember your words. Create your world, so choose them wisely. Use language that empowers you, that reinforces your commitment to battling these habits. Your words should be a source of strength and motivation, not a tool for self-sabotage. Now let's address the importance of mindset in this process. Your mindset is the lens through which you view the world. It shapes your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, and when it comes to battling these habits, having the right mindset is crucial. Cultivate a growth mindset. Believe that you can improve. that your abilities aren't fixed, that with effort and learning, you can overcome these habits. See challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, not as threats to be avoided. Remember, your mindset isn't set in stone. It's something you can change and improve. By consciously choosing to adopt a growth mindset, you open yourself up to endless possibilities for improvement. In conclusion, battling these 7 habits, procrastination, negative self-talk, comparison, making excuses, multitasking, perfectionism, and comfort seeking, is not easy. It's a daily fight, but it's a fight worth having, because on the other side of these habits lies a life of greater success, fulfillment, and personal growth. Remember, you have the power to change. You have the ability to overcome these habits. It won't happen overnight, and it won't always be easy, but with consistency, perseverance, and the right strategies, you can do it. So I challenge you, start today. Don't wait until Monday. Don't wait until New Year's. Don't wait for some perfect moment in the future. Start right now. Take one small action today that contributes to battling these habits. Maybe it's tackling that task you've been putting off. Maybe it's replacing a negative thought with a positive one. Maybe it's stepping out of your comfort zone in some small way. Whatever it is, do it today, and then do it again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next. Build that momentum. Create that habit of daily improvement, because that's how you change your life. That's how you overcome these habits. That's how you become the person you're capable of being. Remember, your life changes when you change. And battling these habits could be the key to unlocking a whole new level of success and fulfillment in your life. The power is in your hands. Use it wisely and watch as your life transforms. At the end, your habits define your future. The battle against procrastination, self-doubt, comparison, excuses, multitasking, perfectionism, and comfort seeking isn't won overnight. But every small victory counts. The power to change is in your hands. No one else can do it for you. So I challenge you. Start today. Take that first step, no matter how small. Push past resistance, silence the negativity, and take action. Because the life you want isn't built on wishes, it's built on discipline, resilience, and daily effort. You are capable of more than you realize. Now go prove it. The time is now.